And they say that ED among young men is increasingly reported. Clinics are saying more young men are seeking treatment than ever before. It says 26% of all ED cases are now men under 40, which is wild. And this is underreported because, again, a lot of guys don't even go to get treatment through a doctor or
Mm,
other means.
yeah.
So the issue with that is instead of going to see a doctor, they're just going through, like, going online, filling out a survey,
Right.
and getting prescribed Viagra.
Through Hims, probably.
Through hints, exactly. Like these
That
really,
company.
like,
Yeah.
super fast, don't care, just trying to give the drugs out as fast as
Right.
possible and make money. And a lot of men in their 20s are taking Viagra because they think it's going to fix the issue when in reality
That's
becomes,
dangerous.
right? It becomes a crutch that they use. And
Yeah.
imagining your 20s, that's insane. So instead of going to a doctor, diagnosing what's going on, because a lot of it is psychological. That's the other thing that I
Right.
saw.
Exactly. Exactly.
They say
And
six.
I was gonna say, I can only imagine it's getting worse because, like, mental health issues are on the rise a lot
Mhm.
of the times because of we're gonna go back to our number one hate topic, which is social media. I feel like we've been just talking shit about it since we started, and then, like, not us on social media, but also we're like, all of these issues that are caused by it because it's, like, so true. Like, there's so much on the rise.
So on this case, I wouldn't say so much social media, but more of the availability of porn and
Yeah,
OnlyFans and
exactly. Yeah,
other
yeah, you're right.
means.
That's what I meant. Yeah, like, more
Yeah.
like sexual social media. Yeah,
It's a lot more available. But
right.
in the ED cases, they say 67.7% of cases in young men are psychological, which
Mhm.
blew my mind. So 31% is from anxiety, 22% is from depression, and then another 22% is from sleep disorders. So
Yeah, so it's
all of
all
these things.
but again, it's all correlated to being on our phones more because
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
we have more anxiety because we're on our phones. We get more depressed because we're on our phones, and we don't sleep because we're on our phones. So everything
Mhm.
really is, like, related. I mean, I'm not saying it's a main cause, but it's
Su
like,
we know Sue stands on the phones. Get rid of
put
them,
your phone
people.
away. Yeah, like,
Mhm.
honestly, I mean, I'm on my phone all the time too, but, you know
Yeah. This case, because another quote that I saw that I was like, "Okay." They're like, "Young men aren't physically broken, they're mentally overstimulated and underconfident,
exactly.
period." And I
Yeah,
was like, "That makes so much sense because 'cause they're
yeah,
always on
and
their
I
phone."
also anyway, the men are exposed to, primarily, like, the algorithm knows to show them violence,
Mhm.
sex,
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
very, strong things, like, for the
Mhm.
brain to, like, process that so, like, they no longer get excitement. Their, like, dopamine doesn't hit anymore when they're just going through life, like, on a day-to-day basis because they're exposed to so much violent content
Yep.
and, like, so much sexual content, right, that it's like real life is no longer as attractive to them. And maybe that's, like, also the reason because 'cause they're just, like, they need a drug to get stimulated, you know what I mean? Because they're, like, under so much mental stimulation elsewhere.
Yep.
So, that also might be a factor.
And that's a really good point that you make is these men, when they create their own algorithm and TikTok is just, or any social media platform is just feeding them that same thing that they already like. And it's almost like they get hypnotized in this feed that they created themselves that just keeps on putting more and more emphasis on those things. So
Yeah,
it's like they're brainwashing themselves basically because the algorithm is feeding off whatever they like. And that's another
right,
thing is these young men, it's not because their bodies are broken. It's because physically they have all these other underlying issues that the quick fix is of course just get Viagra instead of looking at their anxiety or looking at how much porn they're looking at
right,
or their low testosterone. They're just like, I'm going to get Viagra and call it a day. And it just makes it worse. So,
totally.
and this is why I think it's important for women to talk about it more because that can affect your relationship when you're trying to be intimate with someone and you're wondering
Mm,
what's going on. Why can't he get it up? And then women start thinking it's
mhm.
them. There's a fly in here. This fly doesn't like this conversation. It's like,
The
don't
fly is
talk
a
shit.
male.
The
The fly is a
patriarchy's
male,
coming.
and
So yeah, so it's really, like, again, why women should talk about it more because it does
I
affect
think so.
us, especially mentally. Imagine being with someone who you feel isn't interested in you, but in reality, it's all these other underlying things that they're just not addressing
Right.
themselves. And
Mhm. Yeah.
so and I
And
didn't.
again, it's not like they can talk about it because it's not like they can get together and be like, "Hey, I have ED," to their friend. Like, that is, like, something
Mhm.
they don't do because it would be so embarrassing. So, like and they can't tell women. Yeah, so they can't tell anybody. It's not like they can tell women or they can tell men. The men that are the luckiest are probably the ones that have a partner, but even then, it's, like, probably hard to talk about, like, to come to
Mhm.
terms with, you know? So, yeah, I feel I think this might be the first time we're saying this, but I feel bad for them.
Yeah, you know what?
I feel bad for men.
And this is why, again, I think it's important for women to maybe start understanding this concept. So when you do have a partner like this, you can sort of open that discussion and show them that it's okay. It's not shameful. Let's just try to fix it and see what else we can do. But I think
Mhm.
the other problem is the reason why they don't discuss it as much is because there's such an easy fix, which is Viagra. Like they can just go online, get the pill, and then they think they're cured.